Hello, future engineers. There is another video in differential calculus, particularly on implicit functions, differentiation of implicit functions, and higher order derivatives. I hope that you can follow the explanations and the solutions that I will present here. So there are 4 exercises. Find a formula for the nth derivative of y with respect to x. So all these functions are in terms of x. So first, 24e, y equals x to the n. So we have y prime equals n x to the n minus 1 by power formula. Then y double prime is n times quantity n minus 1 x to the n minus 2. Then y triple prime, because these are all constants, apply power formula here. So y triple prime is n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 x to the n minus 3. Then y fourth derivative is n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 times n minus 3 times x to the n minus 4. So that's why when n is 4, 4 minus 4 becomes 0. So in general, this is n minus 1, n minus 2, then this is n minus, uh, this is the fourth term, and in general, this is n minus quantity n minus 1. So if we stop at n minus 1, that is 1 actually. The product of n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, until 1 is n factorial. So therefore, we generalize the n derivative is n factorial x to the n minus n. So that is x to the 0, and x to the 0 is 1. So that's why the n derivative of y to the fourth is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. If you substitute so that uh, you can follow the generalization. So this is 4 factorial. When n is 4, this is 1. So that's why this is 1 also. And x to the 4 minus 4 is x to the 0, and that is 1. So that's why the result is just 4 factorial. In general, therefore, the n derivative of x to the n is simply n factorial. If there is a question on the n plus 1 derivative, then because this is constant, then it is 0. 24f, y is cosine of x, and n is divisible by 4. So first, y prime is negative sine of x. Then y double prime is negative of derivative of sine x, which is positive cosine x. So y double prime is negative of cosine x. Then the derivative of cosine is negative sine. So y triple prime is negative of negative sine x. So that's positive sine x. Then the fourth derivative is derivative of sine x, cosine of x. So therefore, the fourth derivative goes back to the original function cosine x. So meaning it is a cycle every 4 steps, so that y to the fourth equals y to the 8 equals y to the 12, y to the 16, 20, 24, 2400, y to the n, where n is divisible by 4, is cosine of x. So y to the 8 equals y to the 12 equals 1, y to the 120, y to the 1200, y to the 2400. All those numbers are divisible by 4, so it is cosine of x. So in general, y to the n, or the nth derivative of y with respect to x, is cosine of x because n is divisible by 4 for that case. So that's it for that problem. Then we proceed to 24g. Y is 1 over 3x cubed. We can write this as 1/3 x to the negative 3. Let's transform that into that form so that we can easily differentiate this. Y prime is negative 3 over 3, so that's negative 1 x to the negative 4. Then y double prime is negative 4 times negative 1, or positive 4. So we'll just write it negative 4 times negative 1 x to the negative 5. Then y triple prime is negative 5 times negative 4 times negative 1 x to the negative 6. Then y quadruple primes, or fourth derivative, is negative 6 times negative 5, negative 4, negative 1 x to the negative 7. Then fifth derivative is negative 7 times negative 6, negative 5, negative 4, negative 1 x to the negative 8. So we can now insert negative 3 and negative 2 so that this is the product from 7 to 1, which is 7 factorial, but these are negative values. So if n is even, there will also be even products of negative. So we know that it is positive. So there should be a factor which will shift sign from positive to negative, and it is negative 1 raised to n. So if n is even, like here, the coefficient, the sign of the coefficient should be positive. And if n is odd, negative 1 raised to 5, for example, is negative 1, and we checked here that it's also negative. So we insert negative 3 and negative 2. So y to the fifth is negative 7, negative 6, negative 5, negative 4 times negative 3 times negative 2 times negative 1x to the negative 8 times quantity. Because we inserted negative 3 and negative 2, we also divide negative 3 and negative 2 to make it 1, or it will go back to the original value. Then 8 here is negative of 8 is negative of 5 plus 3 to generalize it. So therefore, y to the fifth is negative 1 to the fifth times 5 plus 2 factorial, because this is supposedly 7 factorial, and 7 factorial in terms of the fifth derivative is 5 plus 2 to make it 7 factorial. And negative 8 here is negative of quantity 5 plus 3. So in general, if we replace 5 by n, then we generalize the nth derivative of y with respect to x as negative 1 to the n times quantity n plus 2 factorial. Then let's just bring this down to make it positive. So negative 1 to the n, quantity n plus 2 factorial, all over 6, then x to the power n plus 3. So that's the answer. Y to the n derivative is negative 1 to the n, quantity n plus 2 factorial, over 6 times x to the, this becomes positive, n plus 3. So that's it for that problem. Then finally, 24h, I just explain it because I hope that it's also correct based on my explanation here. So y is x to the 1/2. I transform it to x to the 1/2. So y prime is 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. Then y double prime is 1/2 times negative 1/2 x to the negative 3/2. 1/2 times negative 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 minus 2, or x to the negative 3/2. Let's just generalize it that way. This is supposedly x to the 1/2 minus 1, which is negative 1/2. Anyway, y triple prime is 1/2 times negative 1/2, and remember this is negative 3/2. So 1/2 times negative 1/2 times negative 3/2 x to the 1/2 minus 3, or x to the negative 5/2 supposedly. Then the fourth derivative is 1/2 times negative 1/2 times negative 3/2 times negative 5/2, because this is negative 5/2, x to the negative 1/2 minus 4, or x to the negative 7/2. So let's stop. If we consider the numerator, it is 1, negative 1, negative 3, negative 5. So beginning with 1, it decreases by 2, so that 1, then 1 minus 2 is negative 1, negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3, negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. Let's check. Then if this fourth derivative, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is also 2 to the fourth. So we focus first on the denominator. It is definitely 2 to the fourth. And this is 1/2. If we replace 4 here by n to generalize, then it is x to the 1/2 minus n. Then we have 1 minus 1, then negative 1, then negative 3, then negative 5. Take note that these values in the numerator will not appear if n is, for example, if n is 4, then there are 4 numbers here. 1, negative 1, negative 3, and negative 5. If n is 3, like third derivative here, there will also be 3 terms. If n is 1, then there will only be 1 term. If n is 2, there will be 2 terms, like that. So to generalize, n derivative is 1 times negative 1 times negative 3, dot, dot, dot. We stop at 3 minus 2n. 3 minus 2n, if you check, 3 minus 2 times 1 is 1. If n is 2, 3 minus 2 times 2 is negative 1. So we also stop at negative 1. So y to the n is equal to 1 times negative 1 times negative 3, that we stop at 3 minus 2n over, as explained earlier, the denominator is 2 to the n in general, then 1/2 my x times x to the power 1/2 minus n. This is negative. We can bring them in the denominator to make the exponent positive. This is x to the 1 minus 2n all over 2. Then we can write that, if we put it in the denominator, as x to the 2n minus 1 all over 2. So therefore, to generalize, y nth derivative is 1 times negative 1 times negative 3, that 3 minus 2n all over 2 to the n, like this, then x to the 2n minus 1 all over 2. So to check if n is 1, then this is the only entry here. Because 3 minus 2 times 1 is 1. So that means this is the only numerator. These are not included. So if n is 1, then let's check if it is equal to this. 1 over 2 to the 1 is 1/2. So it's checks 1 half. Then x to the 2 times 1 minus 1 is x to the 1 over 2, or x to the 1 half. Which checks because this is 1 over 2 x to the positive 1 half. If we put x to the negative 1 half in the denominator. Then when x is 2, this is y double prime. This is negative 1/4 or negative 1 over 4 x to the positive 3 halves, because this is negative 3 halves. So y double prime is negative 1 over 4x to the 3 halves. So n is 2, meaning these are the two factors in the numerator. This is not included. This is just the guide that we should stop at this factor. So 3 minus 2 times 2 is negative 1. So that means we stop here. So the numerator is 1 times negative 1. Then the denominator is 2 squared. So negative 1 over 4. Then x to the 3 halves. Because 2 times 2 minus 1 is 3 over 2. So negative 1 over 2 squared. So negative 1 over 4 x to the 3 halves, which checks here, negative 1 over 4x to the 3 halves. Then y triple prime is negative positive 3 over 8 over quantity 8x to the 5 halves. So y triple prime is 3 over 8x to the 5 halves. So let's check. So n is 3, so meaning these are the factors in the numerator. So 1 times negative 1 times negative 3 is positive 3, which is that. All over 2 cubed, which is 8. Then the exponent of x in the denominator is 2 times 3, 6 minus 1, 5 halves. So which is that. Lastly, let's check this part. This is negative 15 over 16 x to the positive 7 halves. So y fourth derivative is negative 15 over 16x to the 7 halves. Let's check. So 3 minus 2 times 4 is 3 minus 2 times 4 is negative 5. So the elements or factors in the numerator, because there are 4, n is 4, then there will also be 4 factors here, beginning with 1, negative 3, and negative 5, because 3 minus 2 times 4 is negative 5. So there's negative 5 here, which are these factors there. So that's why we have negative 15. So it checks negative 15 over 2 to the 4th, which is 16, which also checks here. And 2 times 4, 8 minus 1 is 7 halves. So x to the 7 halves, which checks. Or the answer may be written as preceding derivative. So y to the n minus 1 times 3 minus 2n all over 2x. So the answer may also be written in this form. The preceding derivative, y to the n minus 1, then 3 minus 2n all over 2x. So let's check. These are the new terms here. If n is 3, for example, this is the preceding. This value here is 3 over 8x to the 5 halves. Multiplied by negative 5, because this is negative 5 when n is 4. So 3 minus 2 times 4 is negative 5. So 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. Then 8 times 2 is 16. Then x to the 5 halves times x is x to the 5 halves plus 1. Because we have x here. So that checks. So I'm just making the answer either this or this. Anyway, I explain it in that manner, but we can also have this as our generalized answer. So that's it for this video. I hope that you were able to follow the explanation and the solutions.